freaking marijuana. Cops rolling up on us. My neighborhood's like a sauna. Pistol gripping. And sure it won't nobody run up on us. But if they do, fuck them, we murderers. Nigga, throw them. I ain't playing no game. I'm on a mission for the change. Motherfucker, me in the free. 10 toes in the free.
Four teams have battled through the opening round of the college football playoff, and now the pressure and the intensity continue to mount as we go to the quarterfinals, moving away from home sites and onto neutral fields. What's the bigger factor, the battle-tested team or the better-rested team? Welcome, folks, to AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys, right here in Arlington, Texas. As we'll see the number 9 seed in this playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. Time to find out who's going to be moving on in the college football playoff. Kickoff team out there, we're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. So Notre Dame's offense will get the first swing today. And the reason why this is one of the games of the week is you got a receiving core that's just been lighting people up. So hard to stop collectively. But they're running into an elite defense that's filled with confidence too.
Yeah, Chris, I'm going to turn it around a little bit and talk about, I think, the offensive line. We know what the receivers can do. Will the quarterback have enough time against this defense to be able to make the throws where he can try to expose the secondary? That's the real challenge. Can you protect the quarterback to give these receivers a chance to make plays?
The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Offense trying to find a way to get this drive going. It's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
A big moment early in this playoff game. They face a 3rd down in the opening drive. Makes the grab. It's Brown. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
He'll hand it off. He's got the first and still going. That play moves the ball across midfield and is set up for the first down at the 41.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Tackle made, but the gain moves the ball to 30.
Well, Chris, if you go back to yesterday, remember the offensive coordinator, he seemed to be very confident in the script that he put together. Now we can see why. Controlling the line of scrimmage, allowing his back to have room to run, and when he can run the football like that, get ready for the play action and deep shots downfield.
And they finally stopped it, but a decent gain that time.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Bringing pressure. He'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Well, you'd love to see a few more yards here to give yourself a better chance on third down. Now, here early in this game, we get a big third down to see if this offensive line can keep the pressure off the quarterback.
Rips the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
Receiver makes the grab. They'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Well, it's always a gamble to go for it on fourth down when you're already in field goal range, but it looks like they won't rehash this decision when it's all said and done. That's a first down.
Nowhere to run up the middle.
That play was perfectly defended. You know, sometimes as an offense and offensive coordinator, you hit a wall, and it's time to mix some things up on what you show the defense.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Catch made on the right side. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. Early drama here in this playoff game. It's a 4-point play. They try to convert on third down in the red zone. Play action fake. Looking to throw. He finds his man. They'll stop him short. The completion gained 5 yards, but brings up fourth down.
Now the defense plays it pretty well. Force the quarterback to make the throw in front of you as a defense. Then you square up and make the tackle. Force them to do something special after the catch. The tactic works here. Now we've got a fourth down.
They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a first and goal. Notre Dame lining up now for a first and goal. He hands it to the back. And they'll get him down that time. All right, second down and goal now for this offense. Tailback tests the middle of the defense. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Potential 4-point play early in this playoff game. It's third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Touchdown, Notre Dame, as they claim the lead here in this playoff game. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone and will begin the drive at the 25. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense gets their first crack now. Let's check the impact players in this game. Guys who have been leaders, guys who are being counted on to deliver today.
Well, these are the guys that both these teams rely on, as you said, to be able to make the plays. And more importantly, when it gets into that point in the game where you need to be able to have some leadership, these are the men that are going to have to step up and be able to provide that for each team.
The pocket breaking down. Caught over the middle. It's Washington. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now. One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be first down. Running out of time in the pocket. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Matt love that they continue to go back to this talented wide receiver. That's back-to-back plays with big gains, and it's not surprising. Like I said, the scouting report all week long, we heard about this guy's ability to make plays against this defense, and the quarterback and the receiver right now have a nice rhythm going.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Second down, we're going to throw it. Looks left and finds his target there. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
The key on a drag route is to put the ball out in front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to do what he just did. Pick up some valuable yards after the catch.
The Yellow Jackets have 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Trying to create here on the move. Wide open downfield. Tackle is finally made down at the 11-yard line.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Fighting off the defender. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Same tailback, another carry. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game, all the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. A much-needed counterpunch delivered.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And now here comes the point after attempt. And it's up and good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee. The football to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And looking to throw now on first down. Pressure is coming. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it. And it's incomplete on the throwaway. Didn't find anybody open. Brings up a second down now. At the 25, it's second and 10. Can they make it a third and manageable here? Fires quickly to the left. And it's hauled in way downfield. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
That's a big-time play by this wide receiver from Notre Dame. You think about Notre Dame teams that have been able to get up into the national scene. They always seem to have a difference maker out on the perimeter, going way back to Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket, who is dynamic, most recently Chase Claypool. You got to have somebody on the outside that can make plays to have a chance at winning these big games.
First down, why not keep it on the ground? They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. Early on, it's a fun battle on the road to the national championship, deadlocked at the end of one. Let's check out the early stats so far. We've got a good one in our hands, which we'll hope for in a playoff game as we begin the second period. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Quarterback will throw it off the one pass option. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They'll try to add to the lead now to the PAT. PAT is good. They go for touchdown, 14-7.
Just get this guy the ball and let him do the rest. The quarterback does a nice job of just putting the ball in the receiver's hands, and then he uses his legs with the run after the catch for the touchdown.
And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
The defensive end gets in there and comes up with a sack. They were in a 4-3, and the pass rush came off the edge and made a big play.
Let's see if they can overcome the sack. Second and very long. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Looking right, this one caught.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Quarterback drops back. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. And they get the conversion there. First down now from the 33. The Yellow Jackets will have first and 10 here. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
The pass rush closing in. And they trap him for a sack.
How about Notre Dame sending a backer here? He comes up with the sack. A little Rudy magic on this one. Well, they've had some great linebacker play over the years. Of course, think about Manti Te'o, Jalen Smith, who's now in the NFL and had a great career in South Bend. Notre Dame with great history of playing linebacker.
The Yellow Jackets will line up to hunt it away. The punt goes out of bounds. Looks like they'll spot it near the 10. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. They'll try the right here. Powering through. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. And the same runner got it again. Looks like Notre Dame will have the first down.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
Handoff in a single back formation. Tackle made after just a short gain.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on first and 10.
Second down after that run on the previous play. The sure hands. It's Brown. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Offense facing a third and short from the 41, and they make the first down and avoid a tricky fourth down decision. Looks to the left, and it's complete. They make the tackle, but not before he reaches the 37. The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now.
This defense has got to do a better job in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, and this offense could have 50 on you by the end of this game.
Using his legs on the scramble. He'll step out of bounds. Defense keeps that to a very short gain.
Well, he was close to getting to that corner, picking up some big yards, but the defense does a good job of getting him out of bounds.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup was good enough to move the chains. First down. First down here for this offense. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. On the move now. On the move, looking deep down the right side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Irish.
Boy, an easy throw, an easy read, and an easy catch for the touchdown. I thought the receiver might have to call a fair catch. He was so open.
Point after, knocked right through. kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught by the receiver. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
Another great play by this receiver. And I tell you, the offensive coordinator's doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Makes the catch downfield. They make the stop at the 34, but suddenly this offense is in scoring position now, first down. And the Yellow Jackets line up on 1st and 10 now. And the quarterback dropping back. Short pass finds the tight end. They bring him down right at the 20. This offense set up now in the red zone.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to...
Oh, that one's picked off. Not much of a return, but the pick ends the scoring threat and sets the offense up at the 33.
And this is a big-time play by this linebacker showing his versatility. We know he can stop the run, but in zone defense with cover 2, he's got an area he's got to be able to defend. It's exactly what he did. And I don't know if the quarterback even saw him or knew that he was capable of making a play like that.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. A deep shot to the right. And the basketball is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes out. This looks like a pretty obvious call against the defense. Defense will have to regroup now after that 15-yard penalty. Offense on the move now as that penalty gives them a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's running out of time here. Swarmed by pass rush.
There you go, defense. Much better job of affecting the quarterback. This guy's already thrown a couple touchdown passes. That time, no chance at all to get his feet set. Nice job of pressuring him and bringing him down for the sack.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. Exciting, action-packed, enormous drama. Talk about a first half of football. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
All right, Kevin, thank you. We appreciate the breakdown. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Looking for a fast start here at the beginning of the third quarter. Down by a couple of possessions. Send the back in motion. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Quickly.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays. But the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Running with purpose. He stopped him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Anytime you're down at halftime, you get your minds together, you try to make some adjustments, you try to get things heading in a better direction. This offense is off to a great start after this play right here.
First down, looking to throw the ball. QB to the tight end for a completion. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Man, the defense was all over that play. Just left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
They'll give it to the running back. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. The Yellow Jackets bring their punt team onto the field. We're going to kick it away for the second time. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Here's the handoff. As the first down is still going. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Notre Dame. There was no catching him that time.
I love to watch this offense. It's one thing to study the film, but to watch these guys in person, you saw it in the first half, seemed to score every possession. And here they are coming out to start the second half with another touchdown.
So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Handoff from the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game. Held him just for 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the...
Refusing to be stopped on this play. Tackle made it a 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. That completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Quick pass, the catch is made. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. Second down play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. Goes to his right side there for the completion. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be first down yardage. Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. The defense will wrap him up after about a 6-yard gain. Not enough for the first. It's 4th down. The Yellow Jackets will have to kick this away. He's on to kick it away, helping his team with field position.
Personal foul. Rookie kicker. Defense.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The offense will keep going here after that special teams penalty. Looking to throw it again. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Oh, the pass is picked off. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear a defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Looks like Notre Dame will have the first down. New set of downs for the offense, 1st and 10. And the runner takes off to his right. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving this running back to football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
Defense is coming after him. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
They move the ball across midfield and set up a fresh set of downs.
Well, they continue to play good football up front. A nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead. You keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
Here comes play number 6 on this drive. One back in the battlefield, and he'll get the carry. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
So quick as we hit the quarter break here, Notre Dame has the lead. He played 3 quarters with a chance to stay alive for the national championship. Let's check out the game summary here so far. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They're going to run it here. The pickup is 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3. Tailback takes the handoff again. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Here comes a gamble. Offense on the field going for it on 4th down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Moves out of the pocket. Looking deep down the left side. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
Bringing pressure, trying to get the throw off. He'll just throw it away to avoid the sack.
Love the idea of the defense getting more speed on the field, whether it's nickel or dime, get as many defensive backs on the field as you can, and then sit back when you're working with this kind of lead in the 4th quarter. You don't want to give up the big play, force them to throw underneath, tackle them inbounds, and keep that clock moving.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. Look out, he's in the clear. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. 6 points. Defense in this playoff game. What a moment.
Well, it's just something freeing when you have this kind of lead and you can just turn the defense loose. Getting aggressive pays off for them here. They get the interception, and what athletic ability there to take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. The loss sets up a 2nd and long for the 20. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Could take it all the way. Touchdown, Irish. A defensive score in this playoff game. Wow.
Great job here by the defense coming up with yet another play. Boy, they are just pouring it onto today, dominating in every phase.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. Defense punching at the line, showing blitz. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Stopped right there at the line, no gain.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
It'll be enough for a first down, brought down at the 43. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Handoff heading left. To the 45. They can't stop him. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence.
Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Way too much speed on that play.
Well, you can tell that this play caller, the offensive coordinator, he's thinking about the future. He wants to see how his quarterback and how this offense wants to compete when this game's out of reach. He's going to be very happy with the result of this play.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Leaning on the run game here late. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
This running back's had a big night, kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll hand it off. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
They're going to run it, and the defense smothers him for no gain. Now it's second down here. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a first down here on this next play.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. Third and short now from the 44. Wants to throw it. And he finds the running back in the flat. The tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down. Putting together a nice drive now. The first down close to midfield. It's a short completion at the tight end. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Well, These guys just won't let up. I mean, they already have this game out of reach. They have a big lead. They're still throwing the football and still just putting it on this defense every chance they get.
He hands it off from the gun. It'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. In the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that's going to wrap it up. The loser starts the offseason. The winner moves on. And so do we. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.